My name's Brad, Supercoach Pro. Today we're doing the round 21 AFL Supercoach review / round 22 Supercoach preview. So on the weekend, just gone, I scored 2,370, moved up 98 spots into 8,000 ranking, and made a silly move in hindsight, but I wanted to risk bringing in my last player, and unfortunately my player got subbed. We'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, the Dacos news, I should have saved my trade for one more week, but how was I meant to know that with a few weeks ago that he was going to go down out of all the players? So Shinkota comes in. Now, if we could undo my changes, it's only 40 minutes of the game. I'm probably on a VC. Merritt into Bont for me. Bont's just super consistent, and Merritt will probably go nuts against North Melbourne anyway. So how we started was all right. We went 134 in the back line of Stewart, pretty reliable. Could probably VC him tonight, but just don't love the matchup. Dacos, the 41 there, and then injured. So McGuinness tag and whatnot. Yeah, really stuffed his score, and his price would be good for next year. So he's one I'll keep an eye on. So this is where it's actually worth talking about players you might want to start next year, because the players' prices are going to be pretty close to what they're going to be finishing on and starting next year. Whereas about a month ago, you guys were asking me who you're looking at next year. Now I'm looking at these players now. Their prices have sort of given me a rough idea where I can look to start. Dawson 89. He feels like a VC option. Same with Sinclair. And Will Day would be an absolute smoky pod. I just don't feel the necessity to put a VC on him at this point. And he hasn't been too bad since bringing him in. He's averaging 98. I think we just went a year too early on him, to be honest. And Sheasel 56. He has these poor games. He's a first-year player, got to remember. And for a keeper at 500,000, you'll take that. So, yeah, it's whatever at this stage. Can't do much with Melican sitting on the bench. He's back from his hammy, I'm pretty sure. So hopefully play some VFL minutes or whatever. And then, we VC'd Bont, and it was the first VC that we got right in a little while, to be honest, because the side's been a little bit unlucky with VC and seeing all year, to be honest. And it has just been luck, really, to be honest, with like Laird situation and whatnot. So got that one right. Then 93 from Laird. Like, he's bound to lose these games, sort of like Dawson. He'll go 150 or he'll go 90. And then Merritt 143. He's just been really consistent, actually, since bringing him in. Brayshaw and Sarong, it's whatever those two. Brayshaw and Neil, probably my best trade-ins to date this season. Sarong's been underwhelming, if I'm honest, since bringing him in. He just hasn't done too much. And then Tom Green 126 had to hold that injury, and I always like this scoring capability. Seems to do well off a break as well. So it was the reason I kept. Now, I didn't see that Keys was going to score much, because I looked at the game halfway through and it's on about 60-something at three-quarter time. So I rolled the dice with Mitchell, and then he gets subbed off with 44. But yeah, hoping with Dacos out, he actually gets some minutes. So I don't know what the go is with Mitchell. Maybe Collingwood fans can tell me, but maybe I should have bought a DPP backline player for that price. But in all honesty, they could probably still score what Shinkota could score. If I had a went cheap, defender like Perryman or something, or if I had to hold cash for Dacos, maybe I could have got someone decent, because I did have money in the bank. I could have got Sicily. So really the last 3 weeks, I'm probably going to compare Shinkota and Sicily's score and see how much I lost out of the last 3 weeks with not holding a trade for an extra week. But I just wanted to roll the die, and I did, and you got to risk it. So good to see that Roberts has been named again, and Constable, he's not going to get a game this season. I don't think he plays next year in the AFL. And then Marshall 118, Briggs 122. They're pretty consistent scorers. 109 average for Marshall and 106 for Briggs. Not bad for a bloke I picked up for 250k or whatever before his price rise. And English is probably my worst regret moving on. I should have probably got rid of Marshall over Briggs potentially. I'm not really sure if I had to have a look there. Yeah, I just should have never got rid of English. Let's be honest. I just had a feeling that English might get an injury like a hammy. He's quite injury prone. I don't think he's really played out a season. And then, Dunk 77. I actually didn't expect that from him. He's been a really good scorer this year, barring injury. And then Goulden and Rosie, they're just always in form. Gould's 120. He'll drop a 60 this week. You watch because he seems to do that quite often after a big score. And then Rosie 99, pretty consistent. And then Cogs 106. Cameron 74, kind of annoying. He's like a 100 guy, but 1 week will be 130 and the next week will be 70 to average out what he is doing at the moment, 96, but that's with an injury-affected game. Taranto, 85. Now, I'm not sure what the go is with Taranto. I just feel like he's burnt out as a Tigers supporter. When the midfield's there, when we've got Prestia, we've got Dusty, Hopper, like you got to remember some of these players haven't been playing all season. So with a full engine midfield, what's he scoring like? It's pretty iffy at times, and it's more just because he just does hack kicking, and we don't got a forward one big enough to mark those hack balls like Tom Lynch. I think next year you could probably start Taranto because Lynch should be back playing. I just feel like the inclusion of Samson Ryan would also help Taranto when he does those big nothing sort of kicks, and hopefully Miller and players like that can grab the ball. So just don't feel like he's a VC or C option over the next 3 weeks. I feel like Richmond have checked out at the moment. And then Jeremy Cameron, he's been a pretty shocking pod. Fallen primo, just fallen off a cliff since bringing him in after those injuries. So I was thinking with Hawkins out of the side of the hammy that he'd be doing something, but obviously not. So, look, I've taken some weird punts and I played the game probably a little bit too aggressive early on. I've learned a few things which we'll go over at the end of the season. I've got a decent finishing team. I'm just going to optimize my side at the moment so we can actually have a look at what we're doing. Now, I'm playing Chicota. I mean, everyone's probably playing a rookie if you're outside the top 5,000, I'm sure. There's probably no point even emergencing any player there. And then I'll emergency Mitchell tonight in case he gets subbed. And that will be this side pretty much. So that's pretty stupid that the optimized button VC's Bont and then captain's merit, considering that's not how it works. Like Essendon play first, so what the hell? Mitchell will bring on for I don't even know. I actually had a better plan than this, and I'm not sure why I can't loop. Why can't I loop? Okay, now I can loop. So I'll use Constable in the midfield if all was well, and then I can muck around with my side later. I probably want a later game player, so probably Taranto as my midfield connection piece, or actually Rosie. But is there a player I think could be laid out? Probably not. So set up like this. Roberts is handy if there's a laid out. For I don't even know who, maybe Gordon or something stupid. I don't even know. I'm even talking about Roberts. It's just nice having a rookie cover there in case something does go wrong. And Jeremy Cameron, I don't think I can actually loophole his score tonight, can I? Oh, no, I can, but I have a feeling Marek will be a late in or something stupid, and I'll have to field Marek. So see what Jezza does tonight. I could loophole Darcy Cameron, but I just feel like Darcy Cameron outscores any of my players anyway. So, I mean, Geelong don't really have ruckman, so I could loop him for a Briggs or Marshall, but I feel that's stupid. And maybe I could. I'll just leave the team as is. I feel like it's just stupid to try anything fancy there, but I can definitely loophole Mitchell, VC Merritt, and then C Bont. So that's the end of my review and preview. Sorry I haven't been doing any uploads of Steve either. I think everyone's just run out of trades, so there's no point really streaming too much too. Big plans for the off season, of course, but hopefully you guys are going up in the ranks. It would be nice to get top 5K, but we did have a pretty poor start into my season. So I'll leave it there. If you guys got any trade plans or even trades left, just let me know what you want to hear from me. Maybe some even positive or constructive criticism you have for my videos would be handy too. So happy to take whatever on board. And sorry, I'm only doing the 2-in-1 videos as there's just not enough views because everyone's sort of dropped out of Supercoach at the moment and just checking out for finals. So hopefully your team goes all right on the weekend, Supercoach and footy side. Catch ya. Go the Tigers. See yous.